Good morning, Love Tribe. This is Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111, smudging our workspace. Now today, guys, it's going to be, pardon me, because I just woke up, so I got a little frog in my throat. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the twin flame journey. I don't think I'm going to do it the way I always do it, though. I'm going to be frank and honest. I have clients who are in union, clients that never, ever, ever thought they would get an opportunity to reconcile with their twin at all, whether it's a lasting thing or a fleeting thing, or, they had been ghosted, they were completely off the grid, never thought they'd see him again, who are now actually having a semi-union state, right? Where they're getting an opportunity to interact with one another and hopefully do this journey together, right? There's more healing to be done. And it seems as though the universe is giving them an opportunity in order to do it together. And so then there are others, I'm one of them, who are still in separation. And I must be honest, my faith has been wavering, it's like it's an inner thing, and it's probably why I'm in separation, because you got to have faith and you got to manifest and you got to believe you're worthy. And it's a conundrum because I feel super worthy. I feel like, wow, I've grown so much. I know my value. I know my gifts and talents. The universe has exploded me when it comes to my creativity. But I think the little girl inside of me still puts that twin flame on a pedestal. Like if I were to be able to have a chance at reconciling, it would be like winning the lottery, right? It would be like winning a date with Brad Pitt, or I can never remember his name, but he's so hot. The guy that plays Aquaman, Mimosa, is that, or Momoa? Jason Momoa? I don't know, but he's a hot one, right? And I think that as long as we, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, because the masculines tend to do the same thing, as long as we have within us these doubts of being worthy, I mean, come on. Why would we feel like they're the star, right? I mean, of course everybody's a star, but there has to be a feeling of vibrational match, right? You can't feel like who's a star that I could even use. I don't watch TV anymore. So you can't feel like Edith Bunker, who just won the lottery and a date with Brad Pitt, or you can't feel like you're gosh, I'm telling you, I don't watch TV enough. But anyhow, I think you get the meaning. If you're a guy, you can't feel like you are, Joe Blow meeting Queen of Sheba. There has to be a vibrational match, and I'll be the first one to admit that I'm struggling with that right now. I'm struggling with faith. I'm struggling with believing that it's even possible. And I've been throwing myself into my work, which is awesome. I mean, I launched my Patreon. If you guys are interested, I'll be linking it in the description box below. We're starting a community over there. If you join at the VIP level, the highest level, I'm creating a tarot course called How to Read Tarot Like TR. And it's going to be an ongoing thing. It's going to be very in-depth. I don't know how many videos it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot because it's a workshop, right? We're going to go over the basics, and then we're going to do spreads, and then we're going to look at combinations, and it's, then we're going to look at different decks, and it's just going to be an ongoing thing. So if you're interested in learning how to read tarot, check that out. So, and if you would like a private reading, my schedule is open for next week. This week's all finished, but next week is wide open. And then I'm taking a weekend off, and maybe 3-day weekend even. I'm considering, because I've been doing a lot of work, I'm considering taking a 3-day weekend next weekend. But anyhow, back to my ruminating, because I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm out of alignment, and I feel it. I feel it big time. And I've noticed with some of the people that I'm reading for that there are some feminines who feel like me. They feel like it's so far-fetched. It's so off-grid. It's so unattainable that if it were to happen, it would be like winning the lottery or winning a date with Brad Pitt, right? Or Jason Momoa. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments section if I got that name wrong, but you know who I'm talking about, hopefully. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to do a reading for you, but I just have to tell you I've been struggling, and I was wondering if you have too. I noticed in the comments section a lot of divine feminines have walked away. They're like, no, I'm done. He's toxic. But I do believe that for some of us, there's a difference between a twin flame and an ascension partner or a catalyst. And I think that there's confusion there. Some people believe that they're dealing with the twin flame, but they were dealing with a catalyst. And a catalyst is what activates you on your journey and gets you to do all your healing so that you can literally ascend and level up and find your way again, right? You were lost. And now you're finding your way. And you have them to thank for that. So try not to be too bitter in your soul when you say, well, they're toxic and I'm out of here and I don't want to be with them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe. But the truth is that you needed them. You needed that toxicity and you needed that mirror. And if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be on the path that you're on today. Or maybe you would, but it would be 10, 15 years down the road. It was an accelerated process. So I'm seeing patterns, but I have to give the divine feminines who are struggling with faith right now, I have to give us all, including me, a little bit of hope. And the reason why is because being fortunate enough to be a twin flame ascension coach or an oracle, I get to work with lots of twin flames and I get to see the patterns. And I've always been a bit of a pattern girl. I think a lot of times I wonder if I'm really not psychic at all. I'm just very good at seeing energy, reading energy and seeing patterns. And patterns are predictable. Most patterns are predictable. That's why they're a pattern, because they repeat. They're like clothing styles that go out of date and then come back again. So I don't know. I don't question too much about my gifts. They are what they are, and I use them the way I do, and they seem to work for me, right? But the hope that I want to give you guys, whether you're a divine masculine or a divine feminine, first of all, if you're a divine masculine, welcome to our love tribe, because that's progress. That's huge progress. That means, since I've been doing readings for the last 2.5 years, I didn't have any divine masculines. All I had were feminines everywhere, right? And now I'm getting masculines and I counsel masculines, and they're really awakening. I just did a private reading for a divine masculine the other day, and it was amazing to listen to the story, to their plight, to their reasoning. And they're so practical, or at least this one was. And so rooted in that it's not logical. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand. I've built my life. I've gotten my foundation. I wanted this, and this, and I've got it. And ever since I met her, I feel like I need to throw it all away and go chasing off of some impractical dream, right? And it amazed me. Doing the reading, I was like, because it showed me their struggle, and this particular divine masculine is married. And his divine feminine was also married and now divorced. And it sounds like my story and a lot of other people's story. And man, he wanted guidance, guys. He came to me, a reader. This is somebody who probably a couple of months ago, maybe even a year ago, didn't believe in spirituality, didn't believe in twin flames, didn't believe in seeking guidance from spirit. And there he was, sitting in my kitchen, across from me, right? Not really in my kitchen, on my screen in my kitchen. But I got a peek. I got a peek on the inside of a divine masculine's mind. And they're struggling. They're struggling because their very belief systems are being challenged and questioned. And their fundamental spiritual beliefs are being challenged and questioned. They've been building an empire, or at least this one had. I don't have an insight to all of them, but this one had been building an empire, making great money, owned nice things, had the perfect looking family, right? A wife that was acceptable. That's the way he described it. Acceptable. My parents love her. We work well together most of the time. But he wasn't happy. He's just not happy. He's like, no, it's like watching Facebook. You see all the glam, right? You see people kayaking and hiking and big smiles on their face. And 90% of them, it's the wife and the husband and the kids and the dog and the perfect posh little Leave It to Beaver lifestyle. But beyond those pictures and that front that's put out there are some very, very, very lonely masculines, and broken, because the archetype of our society has been teaching our little boys, our children, that everything is their responsibility and that they have a duty to society. A lot of their dreams were squelched about becoming musicians or artists or hippies, whatever their dreams were, right? No, you got to go to school, you got to go to college, you've got to get a degree, you've got to, get that job that everybody dreams of. You got to have a nice big 401k. People need to see you as being successful, as being honorable, as being a leader in your community, right? And those are the ones that make it. There's a lot of divine masculines who end up being drug addicts or alcoholics or living under bridges that don't have any family. And the reason why was because the pressure of judgment from family or society or self literally broke them to the point where they gave up on everything. And so, I could sit here and vlog all day. Probably it would be better than tossing cards, because tossing cards, sometimes I think it's a general reading and everybody's trying to fit it into their story. Everybody's trying to put it in their pocket, right? I'm reading collective energies, but I'm going to be honest. I'm noticing that the collective is not unified anymore. There's timelines, split in timelines. Probably always has been, but not in my reality, not in my business or my mission. I've been dealing with pretty much the same kind of people since the beginning. People who, most of them were the feminine, and most of them were in toxic marriages or belief systems or lifestyles, and servitude to servitude, taking care of everybody but themselves, letting their bodies go to shit, guilty, letting their pride go to hell in a handbasket, feeling weak and controlled and unloved, unnoticed, and most definitely unchosen. And now I'm noticing the rise of the divine feminine. I've been noticing that for a while. I think I'm lagging a little bit behind. I think some of you guys should be teaching and I should be studying. But some of us chose to incarnate in some of the hardest childhoods or the hardest life lessons. And so I'm trying to be gentle with myself and with others who are still struggling with faith. That's my biggest thing, is the faith. If I can't put my finger on it, I have a hard time believing it's even there. And so, but I'm seeing divine feminines that are stepping into their power, absolutely. And I've seen them draw in their divine masculine, and they're dating, they're talking, they're communicating. Their twin is saying, I know, I understand. I know what a twin flame is. I never did, but now I do. And it all is starting to make sense. All the feelings, all the doubts, all the running, the chasing, all the days I wanted to pick up the phone and call you and couldn't, all the texts that I wrote and erased. It was profound to hear a divine masculine talk about his side of the story. The feelings of inadequacy, feelings of failure. Like if they walked away, for those who are in a committed relationship, if they walk away, get a divorce, choose themselves, they feel like a failure in their parents' eyes, in their family's eyes, in their wife's eyes, their children's eyes. Daddy, you're going to leave mommy? Guys, had me in tears. I was so emotionally, I'm an empath. Man, I was connecting with this divine masculine in a way that blew me away. I was like, oh my God, I seen it from their point of view, his point of view. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could. The main breadwinner. And a lot of men, when they divorce, they lose everything. They can't keep the home and kick the wife out and the kids out. The judge says, oh no, you made those babies. You're going to put a roof over their head. You want to go? Fine, we'll sign you on the dotted line. But that house that you built, that home that you've been tending to and mowing the grass and planting seeds and painting and fixing and repairing and building, you got to walk away from that. You don't get to keep that, not if you've got a family. that becomes yesterday. And you're going to have to build all over again. Now, feminines have to do that too. I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that feminines always get the house, because I didn't at all. I didn't get anything. I left everything. I probably could have. I could have fought, and I probably could have really stuck it to him. But it would have delayed my divorce for I don't know how long, because he was going to fight. And I knew he was going to fight. See the mess over there? That's the mess that my son left all through the house. And Mama picked it all up and put it right in his chair. I didn't realize it was on camera. Don't look, guys. But yeah, occasionally Mom's got to put the hammer down. When Jesse gets home today, there won't be any playing until that gets taken care of. So back to my vlogging. I just wanted to give some hope and faith out there for those of you that are struggling. The masculines, they're coming around, and they are absolutely on the hook. Spirit has not allowed them to wiggle free. I think sometimes we become delusional and we think, well, they're just living their life and doing their thing, and they don't have any consideration for my feelings. They breadcrumb me. They keep me hanging, and like we do cord cutting ceremonies. We're like, this guy's never going to get his shit together. And remember, guys, masculine can be in a feminine body. I'm just, for the sake of not having to correct myself every 2 seconds, I'm using gender pronouns. So this masculine has been considering for a long time, not just a couple of months. The one that I was reading for has been wanting to change his life for a long time. And he's not in an abusive, toxic relationship. He's just in a stagnant, stale relationship. There's no growth. There hasn't been any growth. It's a poster baby. It's just for looks. There's no substance. He said that him and his wife very rarely have intimacy, and if they do, she makes it sound like it's a chore. It's never fun. It's never, intimate. It's just an act. An act. This divine masculine showed me that his life was pretty much an act. All of it. The only place where he felt authentic was in his workplace. And that's where he was burying his head and all of his energy. Kind of like what I've been doing. So I'm feeling like maybe some of us feminines have been flexing our masculine muscles and fallen into a little bit of distortion. Where are you burying your head? Where are you avoiding the real issue, the real problem, the real inner work that needs to be done? And so I just wanted to give you guys hope. It gave me a little bit of hope. Not as much as I need, quite frankly, not even nearly as much as I need, but Spirit is giving me a peek behind the curtain. I'm seeing that the Wizard of Oz is all a play. It's all show. And they're realizing it, and they're craving change. They're craving their feminine. And they don't even know why. This masculine, he didn't sit and profess love. He didn't say, oh my God, I'm so in love with her. No, because the masculine ego, he couldn't do that. I could see it on his face. I could hear it in the undertones. But he never spoke it, not even once. He said, well, I like to try and forget about her. I try to forget about her. I don't even know what I like about her, but she's always there in the back of my mind. She's always on my mind. And it's crazy, and I don't understand it, and I don't want it. And it's like that fighting that, I could just see the the finger claws in the dirt, right? Where spirit's dragging him along. His heart dragging him along for the ride. But I could see the love. I could hear the love. The love was there. He's just in denial. I hope he doesn't watch my channel. He actually found me through some really strange venues, to be honest. But that's the way spirit works. People from all around the world, they just show up on my radar, and they're part of my 3 waves, right? So I'm going to do a card reading, but I'm begging and imploring you guys to please only take what resonates. When I read collective energy, I'm tapping into the majority. You're not all in the majority. And the readings that twin flame readers are doing, they're tapping into the majority. And those of you who have done the work, who are in the minority, who aren't into distorted masculine ego, and you're not in distorted feminine codependence, you're balanced, you've done the work. Don't watch these kind of readings and get dismayed or get pulled down. I recommend getting private readings. And if you get the same energy, if you tap into, like, say, if you hire me to do a private reading for you and it's the same story as all the free readings are, let it go for a while. Okay? They're awakening. They're being guided. This guy didn't understand the signs, the synchronicities, the dreams. Holy crap. I never realized. I mean, again, I can't judge every masculine by one. But if I could, this one, he's like, I don't understand it. I have these wild, crazy dreams and memories, and what he's doing is he's having past life recalls, but he thinks they're dreams. He's like, her and I didn't look like her and I. It was 2 different people, and it was back in Egypt, and we were doing this or we were doing that, and I saved her or she saved me, I don't want to tell all of his ooey gooey stories, but I saw it. He was having past life recall. He was purging. He was going through the dark night of the soul, and everything was coming up for reevaluation, judgment. And he was asking me, what do I do? What do I do? If I leave my family, I lose everything, including face. I lose face. I'll be marked by society, by my boss, by my family, my children. But I want to reach out to her. I know I hurt her feelings. Sometimes she says things to me that make so much sense. And I want to tell her she makes sense. But I can't, because that would be admitting that everything's a play, a front. And he wasn't there yet. He wasn't ready. But he was asking me, what do I do? I feel like I'm torn. And that's where I heard that song. I always do. Torn between 2 lovers, right? This guy was not, by the way, cheating on his wife. Him and his twin flame had met. And I don't want to tell exactly how they met, but it was a social setting. And they were given many opportunities in a group setting where they interacted with one another. And the chemistry was off the charts. Not, and in the way he described it, wasn't sexual chemistry. It was like feeling, and he said these words. It was like I had known her my entire life. And talking to her just felt right. And brought everything up for question. And he became obsessing about her. He became following her online, spying on her, wanting to be in her energy, but he was a good man. This guy that I read for was a good man. He didn't cheat on his wife. He didn't run around. He didn't send her little love notes in the background. He just what's the word I want to use? He just felt like that's where he needed to be. And he didn't know why. And it was kind of pissing him off. So guys, girls, gals, gents, wherever you fall in this spectrum, I want to give you hope. I want to give you faith. The masculines are waking up. They're waking up. It's not easy. Would I say that this guy's about ready to take the dive? Probably not. But he's really close to the edge, guys. He's really close to the edge, and he's being drawn. And spirit is showing up big time in this guy's life, in his dreams and his signs and synchronicities and his emotions and his everyday life. It's there and 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 just here. And a rendering is coming. I feel it one way or the other. There's no way to tell. You could, maybe find a way to cut that line and release himself from the hook. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And boy, have I tried. I've done cord cutting ceremonies. I've called on Archangel Michael. I've moved out of state. I've stopped communicating. I've redirected my thoughts. But the truth of the matter is, you're always going to be on that hook until you go within and fix whatever's broken that's keeping you feeling like you're not good enough. So let's take a look at the general energies. Do not take anything that does not resonate. And if you feel like you're too weak to stand in your power, I suggest you click off and don't even watch. Honestly. Because I think that a lot of the twin flame readers in the twin flame community are keeping the twins stuck. Because you could be 5 paces ahead of the collective, but the collective is still stuck like Chuck. And so if you're binge watching, reading after reading after reading, and that reader is collecting energy from the majority, you're going to start conditioning yourself to believe that you're part of the majority. And then guess what happens? You are. You are. Because what you create is what you experience. So if you're wondering why I haven't been doing a lot of twin flame readings, it's because I've been feeling in my heart like people are getting stuck in the consensus, the majority. So if you've done a lot of healing and you're not really crying and purging and you're feeling good about yourself, maybe you've had some communication with your DM or DF, I would get a private reading, quite frankly, to see where that's going. Where's the communication going? But if you're completely ghosted, completely like you're in the majority, then these are very helpful. Very helpful. They've guided me a long way on my journey. And I created Patreon for those who are on different various stages, because then I can cater to a smaller, my general readings are more specific, less general, because I'm not dealing with thousands of people. Because, guys, my analytics say that I'm being watched by thousands of people. The last time I looked at it, was like 10,000 and some people were clicking and watching, but they weren't subscribed. And I don't understand the analytics. I need to do some studying on the analytics, because according to my analytics, I got tons of viewers, but my videos don't have tons of views. So I'm wondering, is it like, because I have a lot of videos up. So, the videos themselves might only get like 300-400 views, but I've got probably 100 or more videos up. So if all of those videos were getting 2 or 3 views each, I guess the numbers make sense. I don't know. But anyhow, in Patreon, I feel a shift in the energy. It's more centralized. There's less people I'm reading for. The collective is a smaller collective, and it's more focus oriented. So here comes the reading. Buckle up, Buttercup. I don't know how it's going to come out. I wanted to do the bridge, but I'm getting kind of bored with that. I think I'm just going to wing it. So I'm using the After Tarot. I don't know why. I have no clue. I wanted to use my Twin Flame Tarot, and Spirit said, I don't know, but you need something with deeper insights. I think what's happening is I've been reading for long enough that I see a card and just, it's like instantly a pattern comes in. It's the same old, but Spirit wants me to shake it up. They're like, I want you to think. I want you to sit in the energy. I want you to have to ponder on it and not just make an assumption. So here we go. These cards usually provoke me in some way, shape, or form. Let's see how that works for us, huh? All right. Dear Mother, Father, God, please come into this space and bless it and make it holy ground. Surround us in the white light of love and protection. Cast my ego to the outside. Allow me to be a clear channel for spirit messages. I'd like to tap into the energies of divine masculine and divine feminine and their struggles on their journey at this time, to give them some hope and some guidance on where they really are versus where they're believing they are. Call in all of my spirit guides and spirit team. And guys, if you're still with me after 38 minutes of no cards, you are a true fan. That's all I got to say. Or a true twin flame, one or the other. That's how you get rid of or separate the wheat from the chaff, right? If somebody's willing to sit and listen to me talk like a fool for 38, almost 39 minutes without clicking off to go get a tarot reading somewhere, then chances are you're part of my 3 waves. We're a small but mighty group, right? All right, Spirit. What is the masculine's overall energy at this time? I'd like to know what the masculine's overall energy is at this time. Ooh, we've got the World. Now, some of these cards, when I look at them, I'm like, why is it the After Tarot? Because this one, quite frankly, looks just like the regular World. Instead of having the fixed signs, it has the elements. That's about the only difference I see. Excuse me. So the masculine is completing some cycles, and I saw that. Coming to conclusions. Some are physical, some are mental, right? It was just 11:11, and the moment I looked down, it switched to 11:12. So what is the feminine's overall energy at this time? Now, I don't read reversals, but that fell on my table and spun around and landed in the reverse. I'm going to put it up right, but we're going to talk about it. So we've got the Knight of Wands. This is passionate, adventure, forward movement. It's like a light being lit under your behind. I'm going to get to what? Excuse me. Because I didn't ask, what's her energy toward her masculine? I'm asking, what's her energy? And so in this deck, we've got the Sphinx, the pyramids, and a knight on his horse charging ahead. Almost like the feminines are charging forward with new knowledge, with ancient knowledge. For some of them, it's their new gifts, right? The gift of telepathy and empathy and claircognizant and clairvoyance and, clairaudience and all of those gifts that have been laying dormant for a long time. I'm going to clarify. So, what is coming to a completion for the masculine? What is, clarify the world, please, for the masculine. Clarify the world for the masculine, please. Clarify the world for the masculine, please. The High Priestess. They are being guided, guys. If you doubt, like I do and have, that the masculines are just avoiding, that's so hard for me to believe that my masculine is not just avoiding. This can be non-communication, but this is guided non-communication. This is, you don't talk about it. You follow the intuition. This masculine is wrapping up some old cycles. Maybe not in action, because it's the High Priestess. Oh, and look at the bottom. I don't want to look at the bottom of the deck. There's the bottom of the deck. I really do believe Spirit is working very heavily in the masculine's life to get them to see the patterns, to see the cycles, so that they can complete them. And they're very guided. So tell me about the feminine. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Ooh, too many. Why is the... All right, Spirit says, no, it wasn't too many. Take the damn card. There it is. Only instead of the 5 under it, I got the 1. So this is good energy, guys. This is, I'm not giving up, but I don't feel alone. All of a sudden, look at, he's looking at this guy like, where the hell did you come from? I've been guarding this gate for a long time all by myself, and here you are helping me, right? The feminines are finding help. Comrades in arms. They're finding tribe. Knight of Wands, they're collaborating, but they're not, it's all wands, right? I need more on this Knight of Wands, please. Tell me more. What is the energy of the Knight of Wands for the feminine? What is the energy of the Knight of Wands? feminine. I'm trying to be very gentle with my shuffling because I want clear messages, Spirit. Clear messages. Give me the energy, please, of this Knight of Wands. Thank you, Queen of Swords. That's it. Damn. Six of Swords, bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting from this is she's charging forward in her life. She's going for what she knows she can get. That's the surety. But in the back of her mind, as she charges forward in her life, she's almost ready to give up. Almost there. Almost ready. But she's seeing, possibly through me with this reading, that the masculines are not giving up either. Right? It's like, look at it. I can't get over the look on this person's face. They're like, what the hell? Where did you come from? You know, like he just saw a miracle. And then we got the Queen of Swords. And in the Queen of Swords in this deck, there's a butterfly right there on the tip of her sword. And she's not looking forward. She's looking up. Looking up at that butterfly. And she's got her hand up. Now this hand doesn't look like, come here so I can chop you off. This hand looks like, come here, baby. Come here. Come see mama. You're going to get hurt up there on top of that sword. Come on down here. This is a whole different energy. That's why Spirit wanted me to get this deck. I think the feminines are guarded. They're finding their passion in other areas of their life. They're testing their wings. And they're fiercely protecting their new, hey, cat, gather. They're fiercely protective of their tender new wings. They don't want anything that can harm their newly generated, like their newness. Like, I've done so much work, I've healed so much, I've got my wings, I'm flying forward. I'm guarded, I'm guarding, but I'm realizing that I'm not alone. That this person right here who was about to give up, who's tired and worn out, head down, head bandaged. Now there's this person here. Look, there's blood on his sleeves. He's been through it too, but he's standing there. He's still strong. He's still determined. He's got his head up, his chin's up. Look at the difference in posture. The feminines are finding tribe. They're finding people in their lives that are saying, don't give up just before you win. You're not alone. She's finding tribe. Somebody here who has safely ferried her ashore. She's there. She's at the other side. Taking her swords. This guy's helping her. He's unpacking her shit. It really does feel like tribe for me. It feels like the feminines have done a lot of healing. They're still very, very guarded, very tender, very protective of their newfound belief systems, their newfound strength and will and determination. But it feels like they found tribe. I like it. So what about the high priestess in the world over here? Can we do more on this, Spirit? Can we get more energy on this high priestess? What's the high priestess teaching? What, we've got the moon, and I'll be damned. Yeah. All right. So in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot, there's usually not a person. There's just the crab or lobster or whatever it is, the dog and the wolf. And there's usually a path that goes toward a mountain. And this time, water represents feelings, emotions, dreams, shadows. Well, the moon represents shadows. The water represents emotions. This feels to me like the high priestess is sending the masculine back to his emotions. If you want to get clarity, if you want to find your way to that mountain, you want to overcome that mountain, you're going to have to go back to the beginning. You're going to have to go back to the water. Because the masculines generally, remember it's a general reading, hide their emotions. They bury them. But I've been holding back. I wanted to show you the best part is this Two of Cups. This is back to love. The high priestess is leading the masculine back to his emotions. He's been on the wrong path. And it's time for him to go deep. He's going to have to dive into that pool, and he's going to have to dive deep to find what is my cup and who do I hold it for. And this is a hard journey. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. This is not something that people do willingly. It's something that, you're a fish on a hook. Spirit's got you by the short and curlies. So this divine guidance around old patterns, back to the beginning, where did they start? What are you hiding? What are your true emotions, your true desires? What's real versus what's pretend, a play? I'm just hearing in my head, back to love. Back to love. He's desiring real love. Reunion. Two people who share the same cup. I breathe you in. You breathe me in. We are one. I'm getting all ooey gooey chewy inside. And look at, even after the shuffling, we still got the Six of Swords, which tells me feminine isn't the only one healing. Masculine has been on the journey too. All right, so let's talk about feelings now. Let's look at what is the masculine's feelings toward his feminine. What's going on in the masculine's heart space toward his feminine? What's going on in the masculine's? Back to the beginning. King of Cups. He realizes that the cup he's been filling, the one he's been holding and revering and working to keep, is the wrong cup. He's ready to pour it out. He's like, there it goes. Done with this one. He's not even looking. Not even, well, maybe he is. It's hard to tell. Masculines, some of them, because it's a general reading, have been chasing after the perceived dream, the full cup, the one that, has the nice car and the beautiful wife and children, the perfect life, right? And they realized that it wasn't the right cup. No matter how good it looked on paper, he was probably living out, because I know this to be true for a lot of people I read for. They're living out their parents' expectations or society's expectations of them, not their true love, not what they truly want. Tell me more about the King of Cups toward his feminine, divine feminine. What are his feelings toward his divine feminine, please? Clear messages. I'm seeing a story. Oh, and there's that Four of Wands again. Grr. So we've got this King of Cups with the Hierophant and the Five of Swords. Or, I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords. Wow. Knight of Swords. So I'm going to be honest. Some of these masculines are still fighting. Their fundamental belief systems. They're struggling to find balance with what they've always been taught, what they've always known, what they've been programmed to believe, that love is supposed to look like this, right? This cup I've been holding for a long time, I built it on a precipice of this is society's standards, right? I'm supposed to fight for it. I'm supposed to defend it. This is the way it's always been. It's the way it's supposed to be. So he's telling us with the King of Cups that his emotions for his DM, or DF, run very deep. And he realizes that he's been pouring his cup into the wrong place, the wrong energy. There's a realization here. Cups is all about love. It's about emotion. With him pouring that cup out, it feels to me also like he could be emotionally drained, right? Like pouring out the emotions. Fighting the inner battle between union, spiritual union, and conventional, societal. So if you resonate with your twin flame being married to somebody else, he's telling you that it's a struggle, that he's fighting the system, fighting the old king. Tell me about. Oh, and there's that again. You guys saw me shuffle. So now we got the Four of Wands with the Six of Swords. Phew. All right. Tell me one more card about his feelings. We see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. He's resisting, but he doesn't want to resist. Wow, guys, there's a huge spider just dropped down from my ceiling, dangling in the middle of the hallway. I love you. Don't you come near me. Go peddle your papers. I can't kill him, but I don't like him. All right, so let's get back to the reading, Tracy. I want to know more. All right, I see a struggle. He's struggling to believe the spiritual side of things because the twin flame journey, look, I just cut the deck, got the 10 of cups. The twin flame journey is a spiritual journey. It's not conventional. It's not boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, girl falls in love with boy. You know, we buy each other rings, we go down the aisle, we get married, we live happily ever after. That is societal convention. That's the old belief system that the twins are here to challenge and to overcome, because it's not built on a solid foundation. It's built on pretending. Not always, not in the beginning, not when you first meet somebody and you fall in love, but eventually it becomes, you know, I did it to be part. It's what everybody does. We fall in love, we get married, and we live happily ever after. And then when the happily ever after doesn't happen, they're like, oh, what happened? I was told it was supposed to be this way. The next card is the Seven of Pentacles. The masculine's telling you that he's pouring out his emotions right now. He's not happy. He didn't have room for the feminine. It's going back to the ceiling. Didn't have room for his feminine because his cup was full. He's sitting in his emotions and he's probably purging. And he's struggling to overcome his belief systems. But in this card, he's got a pentacle. He's not looking at these pentacles. There's lots of stuff over here that he's invested in. This is all, everything he's built, everything he planted, everything he's tended to, it's prosperous. But he's taking one pentacle and he's walking away. And that's crazy. So, I mean, literally, I didn't know how to guide that DM that I did a reading for. I'm like, how do you tell somebody? Just chuck it all in the garbage. Dump it all out. Start from scratch. Follow your dreams. Follow what you desire. Follow what feels right. You know, it's like, but I've built so much, you know. I've done really well in conventional society. I worked hard. I fought for what I invested in. But this is somebody who's being asked to journey. Actually, what I'm hearing is your DM is saying to the divine feminine, don't give up on me. I see your worth. I see your worth. I'm coming for you. I'm waiting. These are two waiting cards. What is he waiting for? He's waiting to love himself. He's working on self-love. Death to the old, so he can find his happiness. Look at, I love this card because it makes me think of the twins. This is the feminine, you know, saying, come on, come on, come on, let's go. Happiness is this way. Follow me. And the masculine's fighting with everything he's got. No, no, we can't go. Everything we need, everything I've built, everything I want is here. I really do see this story as Guys, this is why Spirit wanted me to use this deck. Holy crap. All right, so King of Cups, dumping that cup out, starting over. It's like, you know what? Everything I thought was right, was what I loved, was what I wanted, was what I was building and investing in, waiting for that ship to come in, fighting for. I gotta go. It's gotta go, right? And it brings him back from a king to a knight. It's like de-evolving, that moon card, journeying back to the emotions, back to where it all started. Refilling that cup, losing a lot, losing a kingdom. Death to the king. The king is laying right there, dead. Now in the regular Rider-Waite tarot, this Grim Reaper comes in. There's a sun that's just barely rising over the ridge. It's the same. It's the same. See these two pillars? This person's walking back to. Those two pillars are right here. And the sun, the moon has gone down. The sun is rising. There's the sun. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the king is dead. King is dead. In the regular Rider-Waite, the family's mourning the loss of the king. But the Hierophant is standing right in front of that horse. Right there. In front of the horse. I got to find it. We got to find it. I got to show you. Right there. Look at the difference. Here is the Hierophant. He's got his hand out, beseeching death to not complete that cycle, that world card. Please, sir, we've built so much. Sun is barely coming up. The king is dead. The wife and children, the Hierophant, they're all bargaining with death. In this deck, guess who else is dead? Right there. The Hierophant. The institutions, the old belief systems. The child's dead too, or fainted. There's the child. There's the child. Everybody's dead but the Empress, because the Empress is what rebirths everything. It's where everything gets reborn. So this masculine is absolutely bulking the system, fighting the Hierophant, fighting convention, fighting the old system, the patriarch system. He's being asked to evolve. He's being asked to evolve. Feminine, masculine, balance, death to the old, rebirth, self-love through self-love. Where did he abandon himself on this journey in life? Where did he sell his soul to become the king? And he's learning that in order to love his divine feminine, he has to choose him, not the Hierophant. He's got to choose what makes him happy, what fulfills him, what is his emotional fulfillment. What does he love? But he's being stubborn. tricking himself. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh. I was going to move on. And Spirit's like, nope, there's that 10 of Wands. Excuse me. You got to get to a 10 to get the Death card. It's the ending of all the burdens. The old way, the old belief systems no longer serve him. He's got to let them fall. And he's got to mourn them too. He's got to go through the grieving process. You go through death, you go through the grieving. He's looking at all of his passions, everything he's believed in, birthed, worked so hard for, 7 of Pentacles. He's seeing it all fall. And he needs a moment. He needs a moment to wrap his head around it. What about the feminine? What's going on? She's defending her newfound wings. She's guarded. There's a new kid in town. For some of them, maybe you're dating. This guy's standing. Oh, no, she's not giving up. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. So much fire. So we've got the 4 of Wands. I was thinking that, there's a new kid in town. Maybe she's dating somebody else. For some of you, that might be true. But this tells me she's not giving up. She almost gave up. But then somebody came along. Somebody like her. Somebody on the same journey as her. Look at their communing. They're not fighting. There's the 4 Wands. We're all twins here. We're all communing. We're finding our tribe. We're talking about it. We're having drum circles, right? Or we're having conversations where we found our tribe. And so the inner conflict is finally finding the chaos is finding, what is the word I want, Spirit? There's peace. Peace. We've got the 4 of Wands with the Lovers. This is choosing. It's a choice. Choosing to bulk the old system. Adam and Eve, they defied God, or what they thought was God. God with a little g, not God with a big G. They ate from the fruit of the tree of life. And they gained enlightenment, tree of knowledge. And they chose what they knew was right, what felt right. I love it. Feminine's not giving up. I almost did. I have to be honest. I woke up this morning. I saw some twins that I know that are together. They're still broken, but they're working it out together, or at least trying, right? The masculine chose self-love. Jesse's going to be coming through the door. I hear noises out there. I'm probably not going to yell at him too much about the mess until after I'm off camera. But I might drop a hint. He usually comes home and gets his scooter to take the little girl. He's such a sweet little boy. He walks the little kindergarten girl that lives down the road. He goes and gets her every morning, safely takes her to the bus stop, protects her. I'm so proud of him. And he fights with her. He tells me all the time, she's a little brat and she don't listen to me, Mom. But he knows her mom is having a difficult pregnancy and can't take the little girl to school, and she can't take her to the bus stop. And so since about Christmas time, my little boy stepped up and has been a gentleman and been walking the little girl to and from the bus every morning. I'm so proud of him. Anyhow, he'll come in and act like a brat because he's a boy, but deep down inside, he's a little marshmallow. All right. So back to the reading. All right. So I see the story. I can see why Spirit wanted me to use these cards. So the feminine, she's in the Knight of Wands energy. She's hot, guys. I mean, hot and cold. Cold, Queen of Swords. She's guarded. Nine of Wands. She's guarded. But she's not giving up on union. She's not giving up. She's willing to defy the odds, to defy the system, to bring in the new template, right? And the masculine is being very divinely guided. He's actually seeing that everything he thought was a successful life has actually been a bit of a failure. Because although he made everybody else happy, he made society happy, he made, what he thought was God happy, he made his parents happy, his family happy, he forgot himself in that equation. Everybody's happy but him, and he's done a great job. Most of them. But now he wants his happiness, his cup. I'm dumping this old cup out, and I'm going to refill it, and I'm going to drink from that sucker. I'm going to drink from it. I just split the deck. I'm going to heal my heart. I'm going to get out of this third-party situation for some of them. And I'm going to take that leap of faith because the flower is so beautiful. And he's not even noticing. He's not even looking at what he's losing anymore. He doesn't care. He hasn't made the fall, guys. He hasn't jumped. He's fallen off the cliff, but he's still hanging there. He's not quite there yet, but he's smelling the rose. He sees what he wants. He's got his eye on the prize. 7 of Pentacles. He's got that pentacle tucked right up under his arm. Not quite there yet. Still clinging. Still clinging. The little dog, Spirit's right there protecting him. Checking on him. You okay hanging there? Are you coming up or are you going down? In this deck, the heart is healing. It's mending. Clarity has been had. The swords have come out. It's time to heal. This is realizing what was broken, what was a choice, right? The 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It's like, I'm taking them all out. I don't think he's choosing the feminine at the moment. Sorry, girls. I think he's choosing him. That's the best news ever. Because honestly, if my masculine doesn't choose me, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with him unhappy. I'm not okay with him pretending that he's something he's not. I'm not okay with him waking up every day in lack in his mind, unloved, unheld, unsupported, while he supports everybody. Everybody. This is energy of the masculine choosing his highest and best life, his healing, his cup. His cup. But the feminine is the catalyst, right? Just like the masculine's the catalyst for the feminine. All right, so let's take a look at potentials here. What is the potential for future? Where's let's say, where is the masculine heading potentially? Because remember, energies are potentials, future energies. Where is the masculine heading potentially? What is the potential for the masculine, let's say, in the next 3 months? Working on it. He went from the 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. He now knows what he wants, and he's going to work for it. Aw. And it's all because of his feminine loving him, showing him his worth. This is beautiful. Look at the feminine is totally the reason why this masculine is finding the courage to now end the self-love, to work on the ending. Death to the king, death to the king. Oh, guys, it's sad, but it's also beautiful. It's like the pain has to end. 3 of Swords have to come out. We got to bury what doesn't belong anymore. Anything. This is eclipse season. And what is it that's dying? It's this idea that he is responsible for everybody else's needs and happiness but his own. And look at that. He's put the wand in the ground. It's like, no, I'm not chasing after this anymore. I'm chasing after this. There's I want to say gecko. I know it's not a gecko. But this guy right here, he goes into the fire and he comes out. And he goes into the fire and he comes out. This is like, this is self-mastery. This is realizing the spiritual side of this journey, not the sexual. It's like, oh, and it's a tower, guys. A tower. Look at 3 of Cups, Tower, 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. He's going after, oh. So the Tower is the recognition. It's that moment of clarity that it's not sex, although maybe when he met the feminine, that's what was the motivation. It's not about the physical. It's about the spiritual. We've got the King of Pentacles. That's what's dying. We had the 10 of Swords with the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Tower. Now we've got the 3 of Cups. We've got, oh, guys. All right, I'm not going too far into it because this is a story, big time. I'm going to sum it up because my son's almost here. But, I mean, I'm going to show you the cards. So we've got the 3 of Cups. We've got this Queen of Pentacles who is only worried about the pentacle. She's looking at her reflection in the pentacle, which is a mirror. I believe the King and Queen, if your person is married in a third-party situation, he's walking away. He's walking away from, I think, the Queen of Pentacles toward the Queen of Wands. He's chosen the wand. He's chosen what he desires, what he loves, what he wants, what he sees as valuable. This queen, she's not looking in no mirror. She's not. And there's that freaking, what is that, guys? Chameleon? No, it's not a chameleon. What is it? Gecko? lizard, I don't know. But there it is, right there. He's going after his desires, his feminine. But there's a lot, there's a journey here, guys. I'm just going to be honest. There's a journey. I mean, we've got temperance. Look at, and the dove is flying out of the one cup and the other cup's being spilled. This is a choice. This is finding his balance. This is finding, that balancing process, masculine, feminine, masculine, that back and forth healing energy. No, this is, I'm ready to go. This cup's going. This cup is the one I want. There's that sun rising. This guy's battled the demons. He's made a choice because he went within and he sees the value. He sees what he wants right there. I'm not going to go any further. This is, this is general energy for the now, but in the consensus, it looks to me like the masculine, he hasn't done all this. This is a journey. This is a journey. This is what he still needs to do, I guess is what I want to say. But where he's at right now is he's at the realization. He's at self-love. What do I want? What's going to make me happy? Hey, Bug, do you have to take the little girl home? What? Yeah. When you come back, all that stuff in that chair there is yours to take care of before you play. Anyhow, where is he currently? Currently, he is learning to choose him. Death of the king, right? Death to everything I built that was for everybody else's joy, pleasure, happiness, my mom's, my dad's, societies. I became exactly what everybody told me a successful man becomes. And it's not fulfilling me. And whatever his passion, desire is missing in his life. And I think meeting the DF is what's shown him. I don't know that he's chosen her yet, but I do see him choosing him. And that's a giant leap forward. Okay? So let's take a look at the feminine. She's not giving up on union. She's found tribe. She's found like-minded twin flames. Other people. She realizes it's a journey to transformation. She knows that she's still new and fresh, could be hurt. She's working on her passions. She's got wands, 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 wands. And her general energy, look at the bottom of the deck. Her general energy is going after what she wants to create. I shuffled one time. That's all I did. Blah, blah, like that. Look what we got. We've got the Empress with Judgment, with the Five of Cups. I want more time. I want more time. I want this reading to go through the whole deck. All right, so here's this Empress. She's got a swan at her feet. She's got little baby swans or ducklings with her. What are you doing, Bug? Getting food. Why you look so tired? What'd you do at school? Play dodgeball, kickball. Yeah, well, after I take my bath, we're going to go grocery shopping. What's the matter, babe? Aw. You're going to miss your friends, is that it? No, it's just this my last year at that school. Aw. I love you all. Guys, he graduated from 5th grade, and he's going to miss his school. Are you okay? Yeah. I'm almost done with my reading, buddy. Oh, he's going to make me cry. It's all right. All those kids, Jesse, they're going to go with you. I'm going to have to wrap this up, guys. So this is future anyhow. The divine feminine is definitely sitting in her power. She's born again. She's letting the past go, burying the past. She's ascending. She realizes that her masculine is struggling. He's back to the river, remember? He's being divinely guided back to the river. He's drowning in his emotions. She's out of the river. She's drying herself off with a towel. I'm almost done, honey. Do you want to take a bath before you go?
Where we go?
We're going to go to Walmart, I think. Anyhow, the feminine, she's been through the river. She's been through the river. She's out here on the shore. She's drying herself off. She knows he's struggling. She's turning her back to him, not because she doesn't love him, right? But because she's healing and she's letting go and she's moving. It's like she's come to a realization with the Page of Swords. She's come to a realization that just like he didn't save her, it's a process. She's letting him go through his own healing. That's what's going on. And look, then we get to the guys. So then here's this little boy. There's the dog that walks with the fool. Here's the Hierophant, right? Walking away. Here's, this is convention. This is the way we've always done it. This is the way we invest. This is how we do it. And this little boy's telling this dog, here, take this pentacle. Go take it to the fool. This is the one. This is investing in self. I'm going to invest in me. Poor Jesse. He's out there puking. He's such an empath. He cries so easy. And he's already missing his friends. They just got off the bus last day of school. I love him so much. He's such a little healer. All right. So anyhow, the Chariot, this is what the feminine, this is what's coming in the feminine's life. She chose to let the masculine go through his healing. It's like, I love you. I've been there. I know what you're going through. It's not easy. It's painful. But you'll find your way out. You'll find your way out. She has faith in him. Totally. Page of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. She sees him or hopes. Or no. Okay, Spirit's saying no. Actually, she doesn't see this coming. This is what she doesn't see coming. She sees that he's watched her get out of the river. And that's helping him to learn how to get out of the river. How to choose what's really worthwhile in his life, in the 10 of Pentacles, right? I'm going to start all over. I'm going to take the seed, which is over here, the seed on the masculine side. He's moving forward. They're both moving forward. They're on their feet. They're not together yet. They're looking separate ways, but they're on their feet. They're moving. And then we've got the King of Wands. There's that salamander. What the frig is it, guys? There it is. Becoming the King of Wands. And then the Emperor. So I'm going to get some oracles. Let's just take a look at the oracles. And then I'm going to go spend time with Jesse. All right, Spirit, what's the guidance for this? Because a lot of this hasn't happened. It's just the story. Spirit's giving you the story saying, if you choose right, if you follow our guidance, if you watch the signs and synchronicities, if you keep the faith, if you don't give up, if you work on self first, he's got to choose him. She already chose her. And once you choose self in a non-distorted way, in a faithful way, get with like-minded people, right? Talk about it. See what everybody else is feeling. Build each other up instead of saying, well, he's an asshole, leave him. Or she's an asshole, leave her. Build each other up. Commune. Find your tribe. And the future is looking kind of bright. But there's still a lot of healing to be done on the masculine side. Silver dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul and see higher possibilities. The silver dragon is holding the key, the flame. Lot of fire energy. So access your untapped resources. Get with your tribe. Get with your tribe. All right, what about the masculine? What does the masculine need to do? What's the advice for the masculine? Royal blue and gold dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. Another one for the feminine, please. One for the feminine. Black dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. You're divinely protected, girls. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. It's time to go again. Isn't that strange? But yeah, I feel it. I feel like we leveled up and then we kind of mastered that level and now we're being asked to go another layer. Take another layer, right? Another healing. Masculine. One more for the masculine, please. Oh, really? Kuan Yin's pink dragon brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all your cords dissolved by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. Look at that. He's balancing his feminine energies. Brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. Golden Christed dragon brings your higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Wow. And Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. Oh my God, it's time for service. When you give, you receive. I believe that's for both of you. I believe both of these are. Because, all right, Spirit's saying actually all three are. So these three came out. I was asking for the masculine, but Spirit's telling me because I hear in my head. Kuan Yin's pink dragon, this is for both couples. You need to love yourself. This brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. This is balance between the yin and the yang. See all your cords dissolved by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. See the divine in everything. Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. Golden Christed Dragon brings you higher love, twin flame love, love of self, love of God. Brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Guys, normally I would do a lot more cards, but I think I'm kind of needed here and I have things to do. So reflect on what this has been. I mean, we're already an hour and a half in. So I love you. I will do another twin flame reading at the new moon. So join me on the live. That is, oh geez, we're in June already. It is on the 10th. And today is, I think, the 3rd, maybe? Nope, it's the 3rd. And it's 12:12. Hot damn. I just opened my phone. It's 12:12. And it is June 3rd. So in 7 days, in a week, we're going to be doing the new moon ritual. And if you haven't joined Patreon yet, you're missing out because I've been putting all kinds of content over there. And I intend to put more content up there probably later tonight. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I might even, I don't know. I might extend this. No, I'm not going to extend it. I think I'm going to do, if you're a Patreon, at the 1111 tier, I think I might do another twin flame reading there. So if you haven't joined, go join. If you'd like a personal private reading to see, because this is general energies, never let general energies keep you stuck in a loop. Okay. If this doesn't feel like your story, if you feel like you're different, don't own it and don't keep watching video after video after video that programs your mind to be in the general collective, because you might be better, right? You can't be worse, hopefully, but maybe. Anyhow, take what resonates. And if you need your own guidance, book a reading. That's the best way to get down to the nitty gritty of your own energy with your own person. All right. Sending you much love and light. Namaste.